Go download my free legato course right now and learn to play fast in the fastest way possible. Hey, cool question. It wasn't really a question, just an observation that all the major schools, and he says MI or GIT, really, respected people and respected teachers in schools say to take 12 to 13 subjects a day, like different techniques and theory and all kinds of stuff, right? And then practice it for 15 to 30 minutes each, which is the exact opposite of what I say. And I say just focus so much on something that you really carve a result in your brain that you're really sure. You repeat the same pattern over and over and over again. That's what I used to do. But and he says, when all the schools say that, and he also says to keep you from getting bored, right? And that's the key thing, is that here is all the people who hope to be great musicians and guitarists and technicians on their instrument, right? And how do we teach the broader mass of people that way? 15 to 30 segments, and so we don't get bored. But see, why would you get bored practicing the same 3 things all day? Most people will say, well, that's just boring. Intrinsically, it's built into what you say, practicing the same thing over and over again. But see, there's a difference here, because that mass of people, how many of them is actually going to, and I'm not saying, this is not what it's about. I hope you enjoy playing music in exactly the way you should be enjoying it. But if we're talking about how to become technically skilled or, in every area of music, then how many of all these people that attend MIT or GIT or who start playing guitar will rise to the level of interesting when it comes to playing? Let's just call it that. Rise to the level of interesting over the broader mass of people who don't. Right? How many of them? Relatively few. What separates those few from the broader mass is that they do not get bored by practicing the same freaking 3 things. Well, I got bored too, but I just reignited my, passion. I practiced something else obsessively for 2 or 3 weeks, or I just practiced something else completely, so I could not be bored when I got back to practice that exclusively again, right? Because I was obsessed by the idea of asking, what would happen if I played this, practiced this for 1,000 hours, right? What will happen? I was obsessed by, not by nudging and pushing a little bit, right? I was, rapid ADHD, totally obsessed by results, right? So I wanted to push through. I don't know if maybe I had. But so if you have enough passion and curiosity, if you're all into, let's prove that this can happen, and all into the idea of how great would it be to just be able to play these 4 notes or 3 notes at the highest level, or to be able to play whatever it is that I want to play that's so isolated and repetitive, but be able to do it like the best in the world, right? How much power would I have when I'm expressing myself emotionally, because it's no job to play the notes. I was obsessed by that idea, so I didn't get bored. And there's a lot of people out there that doesn't either. I just had a comment from another YouTube video of a guy who says, Claus, I can't keep myself focused on the TV because it's so exciting to play the same 6 notes over and over again. I don't know how much of that was a joke, but that can actually feel like that because you're all, right? And it looks mundane, and people are looking at it, that looks like the most boring thing in the world that you could be doing. And you're still doing it. Why? Because you're all up here in your vision of, it's going to be so amazing when I can, right? Right? Whatever it is, or, chords, or, you want to play that, but you do not just want to play that. You want to play where you have the, right? You want to have that total control, and you want to feel pleasure as you do it and not stress and straining and trying to make it happen. That's what you're going for. So you repeat it 1,000,000 times, right? You listen, I hope you get what I mean here. Oh, you can go to MIT, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can combine the two. You can be super passionate, walk around with fire in your eyes all day, right? Scare the heck out of everybody. Or you can, go to school. That's what I always did. I went to school, public school, right? High school. And then I just was fed up by it. The idea that we can just teach every kid the same freaking things and then have a little of that, a little of this, a little of that, a little of that all day, right? That is the opposite of passion. That is the opposite of obsession, right? And that's not for me. And I guess, I'm not for everybody, right? Some people say, oh, you're way too high-strung, Klaus. You need to relax. And tell me what drugs you're on. But so you need to figure out what's best for you, right? And I don't believe that any master was conceived in this way. Show me a Paganini or a Mozart or anyone who is significantly has contributed to anything who followed that recipe. But that's what most people have, because they get bored, right? So we need a little bit of that and a little of this, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just not talking about the recipe of becoming a good, well-rounded musician. I'm talking about, bam, being able to do something that's just, really, that has all the juice you want it to have. And that requires you to be passionately focused like a moron on little bits and pieces that you bring all the way. That's the principle of mastery. And the fact is also that no Michelangelo was conceived in this way. He was obsessed by stuff, right? Einstein was obsessed by his work, right? Elon Musk, which a lot of people think I look like, or the other way around, is obsessed by what he does. And it's not a chore. It's not hard work. It's just fun, really. But it's fun in the way where you're on the playing field playing football and you bruise yourself and you love it. It's amazing, right? Because it's just for the heck of it. And then there's the other thing. The academia. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Here's Tuesday morning, and we're having, what is it? Oh, it's music theory. Oh, as I said, all take up your books, and and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong, but you just can't contain people's passion. You can't be very passionate and then just sit there and breathe. I just want to practice songwriting, and I have to go through this, and I can't. The information doesn't stick because all I can think about is learning to compose amazing songs, right? And so those two realms rarely go together. I hope that was valuable to you. I hope you can find yourself in either or, and just remember that whatever you do, have fun, because you won't do it if it's not fun. You can also be passionately fun. It can be really boring, but you're just so fed up, you're just so full of your vision, so you can't not do the same thing over and over again. You get my point. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and go download the free product on guitarmastery.net. There's a link right below here. See you in the next video. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.